show. This is the place where we play and talk about the music you love. This is part two. I got my good friend Jared Rodríguez with me today. Jared, say hello to the audience again.
What's up, audience? Again, it's Jared here, keyboardist.
Yeah. Uh, just for the sake of things, I know that you introduced yourself on the first segment, but just for the sake of things, kind of reintroduce yourself to my audience.
Sure, of course. I am a young keyboardist, getting back into the music scene after a short hiatus of doing the audio thing. Um, I play in a bunch of different bands, top 40 to Latin, and yeah, I know Daniel from a good band called Forward Motion, and that's kind of how we got around to each other.
Yeah, that's real cool, man. I appreciate you so much. I know that we discussed what we're going to talk about in the last segment of part one. And today we're going to dive into this AI music. I
Yes.
mean, I've, and Jared, I've heard so much about it. I've looked at it. I've researched it, probably not well enough. But I want to talk about it because I know there's so many people who are using it. And then there's a lot of people who said that they can't get into it. But then there are some people who are not real musicians that are loving it and just trying to make a living.
Mm.
So let's dive into it. You can start from anywhere you want to.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot to say on this subject because yeah, I mean, it's a lot more than just music, the whole AI thing. But
Yeah.
oh boy, let's begin with okay, the first thing I want to say is like there is a lot of AI music going on right now. How many of these songs yeah. Oh geez. It's such a big topic. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very easy to make songs using AI that will sound good because a lot of the same genres have all the same different tropes or the same tropes like th- that's how you define genres is
Okay.
by the similarities within the genre, right? That's how you put things
Right.
in a box.
Right.
And so it's easy to recreate a song and have it fit in a box, except
Mm.
right, except it's more intriguing when songs don't fit in a box. And as humans, I think we're able to discern what we like and don't like. I mean,
Right.
I could probably spot which songs are made by a human and not pretty
Okay.
easily. I think most people can tell in like the vocals. But
Yeah.
then there's some songs where you can't tell, right? There and this goes with images too as that progresses. But even if you can't tell if a song is made by AI when it actually is,
Okay.
right? Like this is going to be in the future when it's indecipherable from real and fake.
Right.
But even if you can't tell in the future, I don't know if it's necessarily evil.
Okay. All right.
you
Right.
know,
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean this is such a huge topic. I'm gonna need some help getting into
Okay.
specifics.
Okay. Well, here it is right here. I agree with you 100% on that. It's not necessarily evil. It's just like with anything that we have, just like our social media. I mean, some people use it to promote hate, evil things, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So the tool itself is not evil. My concern is this. I'm a 60s baby, and I've seen bands like the Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Old Jays, and some of the Motown greats, the Gladys Knight and the Pips, how they put in all this work, the creativity that came about to make this great music that we still play today, 30, 40 years later. And then you get something that you can just plug into your computer and boom, you got a song. No creativity. Now, I'm not against it, but I think what gets me is I don't feel bad if it inspires you to uh, to come up with a better idea or help you with creativity. Because let's just face it, you hear a lot of musicians, they love some Prince per se, and I know I do.
No, I love Prince.
So even in my smooth jazz music that I release, I mean, you can hear certain subtleties and certain melody lines. I'm telling off on myself. Please don't sue me, guys. But you can hear certain things that inspired me. Stevie Wonder. I mean, I got his big, thick catalog. Even though we might not do a lot of songs, I just love playing them for my pleasure. What I'm getting at is I wonder if it's loses the creativity for other people who are real musicians. You know, does that stagnate musicians?
Interesting. I don't think AI music or using AI to help you in music. I don't think it's the first time that people have argued this about the lack of creativity.
Okay,
You know, in terms of using technology to get to a certain point in a song before you finish it yourself. You
right.
know,
Okay,
I feel like um, as soon as people could start making beats or I mean like using the computer specifically, like you got your little touchpad and you're making these drum beats on your touchpad, right?
right.
That's I mean that takes away from some drummers, right?
Correct. Correct.
Or the fact that now that we're in digital recording, we can record as many vocal takes as we want until we get what we want.
Right.
And that's not necessarily taking away creativity. That's taking away like part of the maybe you're not as good of a singer, so that's why it took you 150 takes, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of different ways that you can argue about a lack of creativity or a lack of true musicianship,
Okay.
right? And I totally understand. I don't think anybody wants to listen to music that's entirely AI, right?
Yeah.
But listen to a lot of the pop today. You know, a lot of the songs that we're having to learn to play these shows, like
Right.
they're not creative. They're
Yeah.
using the same chord progressions that they've been using forever with
Right.
like the same leading, melodies,
Yeah.
except you have different sound design, you have a different voice, you've got a different level of production, you know?
Okay.
Like listening to pop music today is different from even 2015. I know that for sure,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
I can tell the difference immediately. It all stems back to compression and loudness typically.
Yeah.
That's the
Right.
first one I can hear. But to get back to the point, I think I think that using AI to get to a certain point of a song, right? A certain level of completion of the song,
Yeah.
say even if it takes you to 80% and you got most of the song there, I don't think it's hindering anyone's creativity as much as or any more than anything else
Okay.
that's already been existing. Um,
Okay.
though I do recognize where it could lead,
Right.
like I
Right.
was saying earlier, like give it how even 5 to 10 more years to where you cannot tell if it's a robot's voice or a human's voice,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot of concerns there.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I guess that's what I
So,
have to say about that.
okay, because I do look at the way music have changed. I mean, like when I was first started out recording, we were using just the 24 tracks, and then we got into the DATs, ADAT machines, and things of that
Yeah,
nature. And then the first program that I believe I had was I think it was called Fruity Loops or something like that.
I know Fruity Loops.
Okay, and then so here was the thing: using just the drum loop, it I it made me excited, but yet it made me feel like, wow, just what you said previous in the conversation. Wow, that takes away from the drummer. But the
Mhm.
thing is, when people are working on a pocket budget and with the technology that moved in like a tidal wave, it's like, okay, well, I don't have to pay the drummer, but if I do it live, I would prefer a live drummer, instead of bringing out tracks or whatever the case may be. So I guess the pros and cons for me is I feel that people who are using the AI sometimes they take the advantage of it and, like you said, use maybe 70 to 80% of AI and let their creative juices just go to the wayside. I mean, I just couldn't imagine Stevie Wonder, you know, using AI. Maybe quantize some notes or something like that, because
Sure,
he's a little older per se,
sure.
or Greg Games for that matter, because I know he's into the keyboard stuff and computer stuff.
Mm,
But to actually sit down and play a song, I just couldn't see my greats doing something like that. And so that's where I stand with it. And
yeah,
I am being persuaded a little bit more to kind of even use AI for like a lyric sheet, you know, just to
yeah.
kind of get ideals and stuff. So I am being persuaded in that capacity. So I wouldn't say that I hate it and I despise it, but I think we got to be careful how we use the tool that is given to us. That's just my take on it. But the reason why I really want to talk to you because I know your era and at your age, people are really diving into it. So my next question will be this: how do you uh, upload it to Spotify and things of that nature? Is there a legal action that takes place in order to get that stuff played, or is it
I don't think there is.
okay?
I mean, I wouldn't assume so. I haven't uploaded anything to Spotify myself, but there's no reason. I couldn't imagine a reason why there'd be any legal blockage from doing that.
Really? Okay.
I yeah, I because
Wow.
it doesn't. It's not no one's really making lots of money on Spotify. It's not really
Right.
there for that purpose.
Right.
If you wanted to upload really crappy media and get paid for it, you would go to social media like
Yeah.
Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook and TikTok especially. But yeah, I guess okay, so I wanted to say something earlier. It's like you couldn't imagine your greats using AI in this way.
Mm.
And well, that's because they're the greats. Okay.
Right.
There's a reason why that era of music is so good, and it's for all these reasons, it's for the lack of all this technology and stuff makes you become a better. I mean, there's a bunch of reasons, but
Yeah.
they're the greats for a reason. Okay.
Right.
And there has not been one great musician that's solely using AI, right?
Right.
And if they were, you can't really make money off of just streams on Spotify. Eventually, you're going to have to take your work and go live.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if you know this, but there's actually uh, there's an artist. I don't know if it's like K-pop or something. I don't know,
Okay.
but it's a holographic show.
Mm.
And I don't know if the music is all AI, but it's like electronica dance
Wow.
music. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's a very, very big thing. It's called Hatsune Miku. That's the character.
It's called
It's the
who?
Hatsune Miku. It's like
Oh,
this
okay.
Japanese thing. I don't know
Okay.
it,
All
but
right.
this is a purely holographic show. It is a digital character that they project on a screen, and it's like a show. It's
Yeah.
more of like a light show, but
Okay.
people like the music. And the thing is, like, this artist can be played in several different venues across the world, without needing to.
Wow.
But as far as I know, they still do have a team. They have a very large team of like the AV guys who have to actually run the show. Except there's just no real performers.
Oh my goodness.
Right, right. And so you can check that out in your own time. Our audience can
Okay.
check that out.
Okay.
It's a trip. It's been going on for quite a few years now. But yeah, that just crossed my mind. Like, oh yeah, there's already been something like this before AI really even
Yeah.
took off, and
Okay.
it's wild, and it sells tickets.
Man, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well,
Anyways,
I can't be mad at them, but that's what the other thing I wanted to get with you about because there are a lot of musicians out there, and right now, a lot of people are facing the challenges and growth. And that's why I want to segue into the challenge and growth of our business.
Mm.
And I kind of wrote something down, and the question was, what are some of the challenges that you personally have faced, and what some other musicians are facing, and how do you think we can push through these challenges?
In regards to AI,
Well, not only
or
AI, I'm just talking about just making more money, doing the live performances,
okay,
or
as a business,
even
right?
yeah, as a business. Do we need to go back to selling CDs because of we mentioned
Ooh,
places like Spotify, iTunes. I mean, I got a lot of stuff on CD Baby, and I got a lot of stuff out, and it's paying me pennies. I mean, about the time I get through, I get a cup of coffee. you know.
right, right. Well, I don't have much experience in in the music business to give you probably the answer you're looking for, but I will
Okay.
tell you some of my thoughts. As far as I understand it, I think there's just different worlds that a musician can live in,
Okay.
from the bottom to the top. Um, and I think you and I are in the same one where we play around with a few core bands and we do this party scene and
Yeah.
we do the casinos and it makes money.
Right.
It makes money. I think that's interesting though, bringing back CDs and stuff. I mean, I think if you're able to sell anything at a show, it's a great idea. Whether you're selling your own hats or even
Uh,
branding for your band,
yeah.
or music like on a CD or whatever.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I'm not quite sure what the challenges are other than go ahead and try to make money. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That's the challenge. That's the goal is to make money. And if you're not making money, that's the challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Because the reason why I asked that question because I like I say, there are a lot of cover bands. There are a lot of tribute bands that goes on because we spoke about this in our first part one. About
Yeah,
the tribute band, and I know the tribute band makes a little bit more money because look, let's face it, some of the artists, they are deceased, or some people just can't afford to go see the band itself,
yeah,
and the tribute band's the next best thing,
I
and
agree.
it's okay. I don't have anything against tribute bands, but the thing is, I just was wondering about, how do we take that to the next level, and as far as the challenges of it, because there are some people that don't want to pay, you know let's say your Selena band, you carry how many people? 9 people in the Selena band?
Oh no, the Selena's only 5.
Oh, 5 people. Okay.
But the Gloria Stefan
Oh, the
tribute
glory.
is 8
Okay.
people.
8 people, not
So,
9. 8. Okay. So you're carrying 8 people, and let's just say each member wants to pocket at least 400 or up. You know
yeah.
how do you guys navigate that? Because there are a lot of people who wants to do what we do, and let's just face it, Jared. There are some people only getting $80 a show, and here we are in 2026.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, specifically in terms of this is a good question actually. Um, okay, so for my tribute band, we're all getting paid the same.
O-
There's no, and it's all on a spreadsheet for everyone to see.
Okay.
Okay, so there's that. Part of the reason why some people might be getting paid less is because there's a hierarchy of the musicians and the money kind of trickles down. And I
Okay.
understand that too. That's a
Right.
different business model and I respect it. I'm not going
Yeah.
to argue. Um, I think I mean, in terms of tribute bands, you just got to have one that works.
Okay.
There's some tributes that really click because of the music and the
Right.
demographic,
Yeah.
and it's like the right place, right time kind of situation, you know.
Yeah.
My Selena band, there's a lot of Selena bands, especially in LA.
Really?
There's a lot. I could
Wow.
probably name 4 right now. Um, ours is ours is right here.
Okay.
Um, y but maybe that's also good because, we still get gigs,
Right.
and it's a 5-piece. We all get paid comfortably and reasonably for the work. Um, but I think that for a tribute band, you just have to have something that works. You have to have something that people typically wanna dance to.
Right.
You have to have like a focused demographic. You're selling a product. At the end of the day,
Okay.
all music is a product,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not an agent. I don't really see the money when it comes in. I don't negotiate all that,
Okay.
but I am very passionate about the product. This is something that
Yeah.
my band director always instilled in me is like, you're not just playing music. Like you're not just up there having a
Okay.
good time to
Yeah.
have a good time.
Yeah.
People are paying for something that they want, right?
That's good,
So
Jared. That's good because
so
I
I,
was
I guess I guess as a performer, what that means to me is connect with the audience and make sure that the booker gets exactly what they want. If they
okay.
want to party, then we show up with that. Or if it's like, hey, it's an older crowd, they kind of just want to sit. Like like a venue owner might know their demographic that always comes in, and we always
Yeah.
ask, what are we getting ourselves
Yeah.
into? And so
Right.
you got to deliver,
Yeah.
where it's due while also performing and having a show.
That's good,
I,
man.
I
That's
guess that's how I can answer that.
but that's good because I always this is how I feel. I mean, as musicians, not just only musicians, just entertainers, people who provide a service, we carry or we impact a lot of people, and we can change somebody's life by the music we play because people might have a hard week or hard day, and they come out for entertainment. And I'll be honest with you, there's times people don't care about how we really feel. They're there to have a good time. And it's up to us to give them that 2 or 3 hours and take away those sad feelings or whatever they may be feeling for that period of time. So that's how I feel about how we are, as far as the impact. And with that being asked or being said, uh, what message could you leave for the next generation? Because I know there's people who watch you all the time, your Instagram and things of that nature.
I don't know, but but if you're going to be a musician, if you're a young and upcoming musician, I actually do have a piece of advice. I remember you tried to leave us off on this last time,
Yes.
and I was a little on the spot, but immediately after our interview, I remembered probably the best thing that helped me by
Okay.
far, which is that if you're going to be a musician and you're going to be doing the music thing, this is kind of contradictory to what we're talking about with connecting to the audience,
Uh,
but you have you have to play knowing that the musicians on stage are listening to you.
mm,
What has helped me is understanding that if you're doing a normal gig, where you get a bunch of people and you play the songs and you go home, right?
right.
Chances are those other musicians also had to learn those songs on that set list,
Yeah.
and they probably are listening to the same versions you're listening to, which
Right.
means they know the song just as well as you do, hopefully, or better,
Right.
hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all the as keyboardists, all the little parts we could do, all the things that you can do as a performer that represent the music that we're listening to.
Uh,
And like, oh, I remember hearing that little line every time I was rehearsing it on guitar. I remember hearing that. It's
yeah.
awesome. It sounds like you're playing all the things I want to hear.
Right.
Therefore, you are valuable to me. You're
Uh,
playing what I've been listening to on repeat at home.
right. Okay.
You know, and so for a little bit there, I was strictly playing for the musicians.
Okay.
Making sure, oh, they're probably gonna know that. We got to get the
Right.
things that I think matter. this
Yeah.
goes hand in hand with a lot of conversations we had last time, so I don't want to get
Right.
too far into it.
No, you good.
But I just think that that's so important for a musician because yes, do that what I just said, but also
Uh-huh.
connecting with the audience at the same time.
Yeah.
It might it's like two different things, but I think that's how you make the best show, and I think that's how you get the furthest as a musician. I think
Okay.
that that's how you get seen by your band who's going to hire you
Yeah.
and in other projects and by the audience. People saying, "Oh, I loved your energy on stage. I want you at my quince."
Right,
you
right.
know?
Yeah.
I just had to say that cuz I it's been replaying in my head ever since our last interview and I didn't
Okay.
get to say that.
But that makes a lot of sense. So that makes a lot of sense because, I always feel this way. I mean, in my 20s, I was playing to impress people. As I got a little older, I says, well, you know what? A good friend of mine, he had mentioned, he says, man, you got to start playing. First of all, if you don't feel the music yourself, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, people can feel that vibe. So, bottom line is, he would say stuff like, you're blessed to be a blessing. So, the gift that is given to me, I'm able to bring some type of joy or, some type of excitement to somebody.
Yeah.
He said, and that's who you're playing for because the bottom line is there are always other musicians that might come to your show. You don't have to try to impress them because here's the thing, you're already doing the gig. So, you
Yeah.
know, yeah,
Right.
love it, leave it, whatever, and please, musicians, don't take that wrong, but I'm just being honest.
Mhm. Right.
Oh, I would have did this or, that's fine, but I'm doing the gig now. So the
Yeah.
bottom line is I'm not planning to impress the musicians. I'm here to bring some joy to the people who are sitting in front of me, and they can go home and say, "Hey, that band and that keyboard player or that drummer. I mean, they vibe so well together. They look like they just have so much fun. I couldn't help but to get up and dance."
Yeah.
That's where I stand with all this type of stuff. That's what anything I do, either at my church or wherever I'm playing at. And uh, I always tell this to the band members. I'm not driving not 1 mile not to have a good time. so
Mhm.
so my mindset is I'm coming here, we're gonna bring it. We're gonna give it all that we got.
Yeah.
So that's the mindset. But I like what you said, Jared. I mean, that's helpful. That's helpful
Yeah,
to the audience, man. I appreciate that.
of
You know,
course.
I appreciate you so much. Like I said, I like to try to keep my segments to about 30 minutes. And
Sure.
man, that AI thing, I'm going to do some more research on that because
Oh, man.
uh, I, I'm, I'm wobbling on the fence about it.
I
But
think everyone is. I think
yeah,
everyone is.
I did a post because I'm writing some more smooth jazz music. I'm kind of doing some stuff for steppers.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
you know, so it's really smooth. And I did put a post out, saying that no AI used and everything because I don't want people to kind of like, oh, wait a minute, he's swaying away. But now, since we're talking about it, I'm going to dive more into it and see what it's all about. Just kind of, rattle
Just
my brains.
yes, yes. You'll notice quickly how far it could take you without getting you to the final destination,
Okay.
you know?
I'm going to take your word on it, man. And then we'll
Alright,
be
Daniel.
hooking up, Jared. Okay.
Yeah, for sure,
Uh,
man. Thank you
all
for your
right,
time.
man. Be blessed, man. We'll be talking later.
Alright, excited.
All
Goodbye,
right.
everyone.